back and rereading a bunch of old stuff from like Book of Blood and
That's all that I've read of Barker's.
Really?
Yeah.
Dude,
Just like a couple stories here.
Well, obviously,
like Midnight New Train. And,
okay. You've read Hellbound Heart, right?
I have not.
Oh shit. Dude,
he was actually doing a reading of Hellbound Heart for the channel at a particular point, which is really dope.
Yeah,
and Dave did like the voice modulation and stuff, you know, for the different characters, which is really sweet.
Yeah, because there's Hellbound, and then there's one in between, which is
Leave World, if I'm not mistaken.
I think yeah, because then
I mean,
that
I've
and
been
then
buying those
Scarlet
first
Gospel.
few books, so I have excuse me, I have Damnation Game, I have Leave World, I have Cabal, I have Great Secret Show.
Dice is here. Alright. Fuego?
We on?
We on?
Are we on?
Yeah,
Are
you're
we
on.
live? What's up, man?
Hello!
Hello! We're gonna do the introductions. I gotta go yell at Dave outside for a few minutes.
Yep, we have some stuff going down, Z.
Phone never wants to work when I need it to.
That is often the case. Alright, let's start this officially. Bienvenidos, Freight fans. I am Jaime and Fuego. You saw Cecil Laird outside, and yes, we have a awesome special guest, homie of ours, who is going to be, at least in the near future, a face that you will be seeing a little more of.
Hi guys. I'm Robert Dole. Thank you for having me.
Yes, dueling perspectives of awesomeness in this regard because of the fact that Robert has actually never seen the film that we are about to do a commentary for, which is super rad status. Phantasm is one of my personal favorites. I do prefer the second film because I did see the second film courtesy of Joe Bob Briggs back on Monster Vision way back in the day. It was my introduction to the franchise, but 2 is really, it kind of takes the Terminator 2, Aliens, kind of James Cameron approach where it doubles down on everything. It takes the horror and veers into the realm of action. This original film, which celebrates its 40th anniversary this year, it's very much a horror film, and yet it's a slow, brooding, just kind of creepy film as opposed to going avant-garde with scares. And so I'm very curious to see what our friend Rob over here has to say about this. But what do you guys think about it?
Yeah.
Sorry.
Bear with us, guys.
We're doing dangerous.
Why is there an echo? There's no reason for there to be an echo right now.
Echo.
You don't have sound on your phone or anything?
Check. Yeah, a little bit.
Just a wee bit. Sorry, guys.
It doesn't make any sense why there would be. Usually I know exactly why there's an echo, but now I don't.
Okay. Well, shit.
Hang on.
We're trying our best, Joel. Thank you so very much for being with us.
That's probably why. Hang on. See if that fixed it. That might have fixed it.
Alright, how's the echo, guys? We gone? We good?
Yeah, and who was a fan of the Phantasm series? I mean, who has watched...
I think I got it.
Just like with Indiana Jones, I will contend that there are only 3 Indiana Jones films and there are only 4 Phantasm films. There is a 5th film called Ravager, which was not directed by Don Coscarelli, despite the fact that he produced and was a creative part of the proceedings. I hate that movie. I absolutely hate Ravager.
Alright, carry
3,
through.
you know, 3 has its merits and stuff. Cecil actually really likes 3 because of the gore quotient and the return of our original Michael. But yeah, I don't know. 2, despite the recasting, is just so gory, so crazy, so awesome. But once again, back to this this series and this first film. It's something that I'm curious to see. You know, Mr. Duel over here getting his feet wet in all of this stuff. So you're familiar with the franchise at least, right?
I am, yeah, no. Yeah. But yeah, I've watched bits and pieces of like the movies, but I haven't sat down and fully watched them through to through.
So you're familiar with like the orb and
yeah,
all the nastiness that
yep,
comes with those.
Yeah, the little tidbits and everything, but No, I'm excited to get this going. I
Cool.
think it's going to be pretty awesome.
Yes, well, we are almost there. So, yeah, 1979, Don Coscarelli had done 2 previous films that were like family-friendly kind of silliness, almost like BJ and the Bear kind of whackness.
Okay.
And, yeah, this was his first foray into horror. He still had a day job at the time. He was actually renting equipment from a local spot that, had cameras and, lighting and whatnot. And he was filming on the weekend. And he was renting everything on Friday because he would only have the Friday rental to pay for, and then he would return it on Monday. So he had all of those additional days of the weekend to get his stuff done. And the initial cut of Phantasm is over 3 hours long. We still have never seen that, but lots of that footage was incorporated into Phantasm for Oblivion, which is a great film. Yeah, I don't know.
Okay.
It's this is going to be a fun revisit for me. This is not going to be, unfortunately, the remastered version that came out a couple of years ago, where just seeing it in a whole new accord and the visual brilliance of seeing this film that was done on very, very basic kind of stock, film and stuff, just looking so brilliant and badass in comparison. It's a film that looked very independent when it was released, and I think in some ways that helped with the creepy aspect, and almost like I don't know, Texas Chainsaw type of vibe, in the fact that if it looks more low grade, it feels more real in some ways, you know, in that regard. So, Don Coscarelli, one of my favorite directors. He has also done The Beastmaster. He's done Bubba Hotep.
Oh,
so,
I love that movie.
Yeah.
I love Bubba Hotep.
Yeah, Don Coscarelli is the shit, man. He is awesome, and I think that's why I hate on the 5th Phantasm so much. But the first 4 were all him. Reggie Bannister, I got to interview a few years ago at Scarefest in Kentucky. So that was, that was a really, really cool kind of meeting one of my heroes sort of thing. So,
Oh, yeah.
yes.
No, yeah. That'd be fucking hella cool.
Is there anything that peeps are saying in the chat ski?
Let's see. Alright, well, we got the echo fixed, so at least that's good.
Thank you.
Hello, Sarah. Hello, Masquerade Second World.
Long days and pleasant nights, Miss Sarah.
It's like Cecil says, Ravager sucked.
Yeah, kind of like Cecil, myself, and Cody Leach. Shout out to him. We all contend collectively that there is no 5th Phantasm film. There isn't, and I was so stoked when I initially saw that image of the orb, like taking down it was almost like taking down a tower at the building or something. It was nuts. And yeah, they really dropped the ball. And from what I was reading, and what Coscarelli actually said, is that they did all of these little shorts in like the deserts of California and different things like that.
Okay.
And then they tried to collectively just assemble it into a narrative. And in hindsight, he said he thought it was a bad decision. He should have just left Ravager, which would have been 4, as the last thing. And I felt like Ravager really just was a good conclusion to the series. It's very much, as I made the allusion earlier, Indiana Jones. There's 3 Indiana Jones movies in my estimation, even though they're working on a 5th one. So,
Oh, God.
yeah, what else can you say beyond that? So what is your favorite Phantasm movie? Is it 1 or 2? Everybody always has the disagreement of T1 or T2, Alien or Aliens. That's it's a big topic of discussion. I actually like Terminator 3: Rise of the Machines. I think
It was
Nick Stahl
alright.
and Claire Danes are great in that movie.
It's terrible.
No, it's not terrible. It's not Salvation terrible. It's not Jenny Smith terrible. It's not.
Okay. Okay. Now we're on the. Okay, we're bringing up
Yeah,
Salvation now.
We're
alright?
there, everybody.
All right.
Salvation was a movie I wanted to see for the longest time because I wanted to see the war.
Same.
Yeah,
And
so
I
very
wasn't
much.
entirely disappointed, but what I was disappointed in is all the key plot points that they released in the trailer.
Yeah, true.
That's what really disappointed me a lot with that.
I think Mick G is a good director. I like the Charlie's Angels movies. They're popcorn fodder, but they're fun. I love.
Why didn't you go see the Elizabeth Bank version?
I love The Babysitter. And, as CP and Lindsay and I all joked about, apparently nobody, men or women,
I didn't even know it got released already.
Yeah. And yet the people that I saw who talked about it said it was actually pretty good. They said it was fun. I love Kristen Stewart. I think she's really beyond Twilight. She is a talented actress. I can't wait for that monster undersea film, dude. It has so much of a Deep Star 6 vibe to it. Deep Star 6, Leviathan. I love underwater horror creature movies, maybe more so than any.
Oh, me too.
Yeah, I know
Me
you
too,
do.
obviously.
Yeah, man. I mean, shit.
Deep
That's
Rising.
Yeah.
All right, so guys, we are about ready to get into this. So
Yes, let's get
now
into
we are watching Phantasm. It is the DVD version that came out that had the Angus Scrim 2-minute introduction.
Mhm.
So we are actually going to be starting this at 2 minutes and 19 seconds. I don't know if you have that version or not, but the main title of Phantasm has not come up on screen yet.
Yeah, it's not the
score is
remastered
about to
version
kick
that
in.
came
This
out
is-
recently. Yeah,
No.
they did Phantasm Remastered a couple years ago. This is not that version, but yeah, we are just about to get rock-a-locking with it and Coscarelli this shizzle up. So
Indeed. So let's get into it. So this is Phantasm from 1979, requested Patreon request from SK.
yeah,
Thank
SK.
you very much, sir, for
You're
being
awesome,
our resident commentary requester. We have to do Jaws after this, and then I got his 2 new requests as well.
Really, yeah, Jaws, like, traumatized.
Yeah,
both of
we're
us.
excited about Jaws.
That is
so
one that we were holding off on.
that's going to be a fun one.
It's
So
gonna be great.
let's get into it. So 2:19, Phantasm, 1 hour and 30 minutes. Oh, I thought it was longer. Sweet. All right, cool.
Well, remember, the extended cut was like twice as long, and then they trimmed it down significantly. They used some of that footage for the
3.
Phantasm
Or 4, rather, Oblivion.
Yeah.
All right, so here we go. Oh, wait, just real quick before we start, I just want to shout out the people that are here. We do have A Nobody. Love y'all. Thank you very much. Sarah Counts. Of course, Zachary Haith is here. Necronomicon99, a.k.a. Sammy Boy.
Yep, Sarah Counts and I have been well met. She is awesome.
There is a teenager on YouTube that does homemade Phantasm stuff. Cool. Eobard Thawne is here. Eobard Thawne, a regular recently. I'm hoping to get a sphere for Christmas. That would be dope.
Same. Man,
Honestly,
do I want it.
I've been wanting to get
disc
Fuego
in
a
it.
particular present. There is one person that makes
I love this guy.
floating spheres,
Mhm.
so I want to get him one of those, but I have to have like an extra $500 to do it. So
Yeah, well, I wouldn't ask that much from him.
I know you wouldn't ask for anything, but I still want to get. If you're gonna get a sphere, let's get you a fucking sphere that floats. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, I mean, if you're gonna go in,
do it
go
right.
all out.
Do it up. So
Yeah.
Dice Rollin is also here. Jesse T
Yeah.
is also here. Have you read the Don Coscarelli book True Indie?
I actually have not, but he
No.
did a review tour where he was talking about it, and he was on Collider because I'm a
You're a
sucker
big Collider
for
guy.
Collider
You
Live,
suck
blah, blah,
Collider's
blah.
D
Yeah,
on the red.
I mean, some people Screen Junkie, some people Collider. I Collider. That's my thing. I
I Screen
listen to
Junkie
them.
because of pitch meetings.
No,
He's
dude, did you
the
see
voice
Disney
behind
Plus
a lot of the
pitch
Screen
meeting?
Junkie stuff. So.
Disney Plus pitch meeting was.
I haven't watched the
so
Frozen
funny.
2 one yet, but
I haven't watched that either.
all right.
but, yeah,
Chris
that guy's
Bethel
great.
is also here. Daniel Corey was here. Masquerade Second World as.
Wow, those are 2 names that
as Robert
really
said.
just warm my heart. You guys are awesome.
I think that's. We had Jubriel Jones earlier, Sean Mahoney earlier, Ms. Morning 79 earlier,
Oh yeah, Ms. Morning.
Ms. Morning. So yeah, I think we are about caught up.
I'm excited to watch
Dice.
Phantasm.
Oh, Dice. I wanted to get your approval, Dice. Well, actually, we were gonna film it today, but Susie
Were
didn't
we?
show up. So next time Susie shows up, Dice, I'll give you a shout out when we do it, but I want to do a reacting to horror TikToks. You got ahead of me on that. Because we reacted to horror Reddit, and now there's a section on TikTok that does horror too, which are like vines.
I don't know Dice
like the
very
new
well
Vine.
personally, but like I.
Oh, Dice
know
is awesome.
that-
I've been a patron of Dice's forever. So,
That's awesome,
Dice,
man. Yeah.
we might do a reacting to TikTok horror, and it will be an absolute, homage and shout out to you. So people will call it copying, and it's going to be copying.
and
But
rightfully
I didn't
so,
watch your
because-
episode,
yeah.
so I'm not going to know what we're reacting to because it was such a good idea based on the title that I wanted to do it for us.
Yeah.
And as a horror variety channel, I think it's a good idea. So I'm going to shout you out, but I wanted to give you a heads up that
Yeah.
that's going to be coming.
Yeah,
And
we're friends on
Straight
the
up.
Facebooks and stuff like that. But I've watched a little bit of content and been immensely impressed. And
Dice
just,
is awesome.
yeah, badassness.
Dice is great. All right, so let's get into this, guys. All right, 2:19
Yep.
of 1:30:48 in 3,
Phantasm.
2, 1, go! Phantasm begins.
Mm-hmm.
I can't believe it's your first time hearing. Wait, turn yourselves back on. Can you hear it? Can you hear it now?
Am I on the right bit? Or was this
No,
supposed to be
you
this?
got it. Turn your volume up on your
Oh, there
thing.
we go.
Oh,
Yep.
okay.
You can hear it?
Yep,
Can
I
you hear
got
it for you?
Yep, I do.
All right, make sure the volume is all the way up on your thing. It's kind of soft, but you can
Really
hear it.
good.
Okay. So you haven't seen any of these?
I haven't, no.
Yeah.
Wow.
But like we were saying, like I am familiar with the property,
Yeah.
but it's always been like I'll see it on like Netflix or Hulu or whatever, like one of the streaming sites. I'll put it on a list, and I'll get watching other crap and kind of forget about it. And it's like, oh, I need to go back and watch that. And still haven't done it.
Well, and I'm sure you're familiar with the fact that like lots of people in our sphere give accolades and
Oh yeah,
praise the hell out of it. So yeah.
starting off in true '80s fashion or
She's been on our
70s.
channel.
Well, I mean, 79.
Yeah.
80,
She's been on
yeah.
our channel, right, Fuego?
Oh yeah, yes indeed.
We did a brief on the spot interview with her.
I was trying my best to charm her, and yeah, as I always do with the older ladies here on the channel, whether it's Dee Wallace, whether
You
it's
did great with Dee Wallace, bro.
Yeah.
Marsha charmed the chick from the Firefly family.
Yeah.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. Look at that
That was great, baby.
mustache.
I just
He's
jizzed
like,
all
yo.
up inside. Said, damn!
Nice boobs.
And
Yeah.
you're dead.
Really good looking.
Yeah. Ooh!
How did you?
Wait, what was that? Was an awkward cut. That's another awkward cut.
And that's
Ah.
the thing about this film is,
Look,
Worst sex
we had
scene
this problem
ever.
last time we did this, Fuego. I'm not the fan of this movie like you are.
I love this movie.
It's
But
it's
two
very
is,
rough
two is
around
my
the
favorite.
edges.
2 is my favorite because of the fact that it feels like a more mature and competent
I never told
kind of thing.
you. I meant to tell you.
Huh.
While I was out of town, they shot a new episode of the Terror Talk.
Yeah.
Jomo was here and Reggie Bannister was on. You could have
Oh.
come out and hung out, but you worked that Saturday. But
Yeah,
I
I
meant
saw
to tell you.
Jomo. Well, I saw Jomo was here because I'm friends with him.
But
and I saw
Reggie
him
was on
posting
that
about it.
episode with him.
Really?
Yeah, so they were.
What's up
But
with
you,
Terror Talk? Like, are we gonna really be a
yeah,
part of
we're-
it?
yeah.
Or-
Next time they film, I'll be there, and you can come too. But you got to take that episode. That
No, I can
Saturday
come.
off.
I can come too.
You got to take that episode that Saturday off, though, man. You can't come out if it's not.
Well, I mean, remember, I used to
If
have
you were-
Tuesdays off so we could film. And
I know. But if you want to go, they film Terror Talk on Saturdays
on
during
Saturday
the
as
day.
well. I guess that spells it all out.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, Mr. Duel, this is the ominous aspect.
Is that
I
Jody?
mean, that's Jody,
Yeah.
and you can definitely tell in the fact that he's here for his father's funeral, and yet he's just walking around and
The mausoleum. He hears weirdness.
this is where we can't talk because the
Yeah.
sound production is so important. Sorry, guys.
Dice, I just noticed I have a wrench.
I saw that.
Yeah. Alright, cool. She's cool with me reacting to the TikToks.
Yeah, it's so 70s though in this regard, which is one thing I really dig about it.
No, I'm not on TikTok yet, Masquerade, but I guess I might have to get on it to search the videos.
TikTok is the thing.
Can I not
from
search
what I
horror videos on TikTok, Dice? Is that going to be harder than I think?
Isn't TikTok the new Vine, so to speak?
Oh, so
Basically,
Sarah
yeah.
Count says the new guy's name was garbled because of the audio. So
Hi, Sarah.
okay.
I am Robert Duell.
Yes.
Robert Duell, he is going to be a new, more regular face on the channel, most likely, because he's the man that's coming to help me be a better person, and we like his opinions on horror stuff. So
Yeah, he's awesome.
it all works
We
out.
contend for his opinion to be taken into perspective.
Oh, you said hi, Sarah. Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
I agree with Fuego. Part 2 is my favorite. I like part 3 because it's more horror gore.
Yeah. Two
my
is
alley.
so like the Aliens T2 approach though, as far as like I mean, there's that scene where the crazy, almost like Freddy creature comes out of the girl's back and everything, and this is much more a slow brooding kind of creepy film as opposed to a full on visceral onslaught. Like
I
you get
do
in the second
remember
film.
when I was a kid and this came out that there was a lot of hubbub because in the theater there was a lot of question whether it should be rated X or not. Yes, I remember this being the case.
And I would wonder why.
I remember because of the
What
bloodstream,
specific scene?
the bloodstream coming out the back of the ball. Yeah, that's dude at the time.
The spray,
yeah,
and everything.
I was young. I was at because again, this was a 1979 movie, so actually it might have been Phantasm 3.
Actually, yeah,
it might have been Phantasm 3 that because I was young enough.
It was a newspaper article.
Yeah, exactly right.
I remember you talking to me about this. Yeah.
And I guess if this came out in '79, I wasn't technically born yet, so it must have been one of the later entries. But one of them, they were like fighting to get it rated X because it was so graphic.
Yeah, it's silly. I mean, this entire series is tamed by like laid to rest standards and things of that nature.
Oh, 100%. And I love laid to rests for that very reason. It's not a great story, but
that's our iconic person, Rob.
The funeral is about to begin, sir.
This was the epitome of low-budget filmmaking, though. As I was telling Rob, Cecil, before you sat back down, man, they would basically check out the cameras on Friday, so they only had one day to pay, and then they had the entire weekend to film everything that they wanted to.
It's so weird to think that Reggie was like in his 30s when this series started. If not 40s.
Yeah, this is a really cool pivotal scene where you see the carrying capacity of a particular character.
We couldn't get this guy on the channel for some reason. The guy playing this kid, he wasn't...
Yeah, he was actually, like, him and Don, remember?
Him and Don were both
like,
resistant
really
to being
kind of
on camera.
off-putting with me. And it was a bummer. Still one of my favorite interviews I've ever done was on... Dude, I mean, some of the most seminal interviews that I did, and we're talking 5 years ago now, but I did both of those was at Scarefest.
That's crazy. 5 years. Fuck. We gotta go back out there or something.
Yeah.
We gotta try some of these other ones next year.
Are you thinking Charlotte or no? Yeah. Okay, we'll talk off camera about that.
We'll see. If they want to fly us out and put us up,
Day of the Dead had a nice assortment of people. Which
dude, we gotta go to
Chicago,
Monster Palooza though.
Yeah,
we gotta go to the big Monster Palooza. Yeah. Whatever that ends up being, we gotta go.
Yeah, we totally do. Yeah. Agreed. That Summer Love song
car
by
just
Everclear
roars right in front of us.
As I was thinking, like, God, it's a beautiful car.
Away from here.
Oh, this is
That's right. This is the bit I was talking about. And this is where you know fans and friends and fearsome frightmares. Yep. You didn't do that. You're just like, God
okay.
Damn, there's something up with this guy.
What, you couldn't do that?
No. That's why it takes like 4 or 5 people to carry those things.
Yeah.
He's even just like,
fuck?
Yeah.
Oh, there we go. There's the score finally.
The score is amazing in this movie.
Once they finally get to it.
Yeah. It's very much like this and Halloween were very close in their.
Yeah, the tempo. Halloween obviously hit with way more people.
A year before too, so but this movie was actually in production before. Who knows when the score was actually made? But I love the score. You know, I've been doing the Terminator thing with shows with my band, but this is one that I would love to do a reinterpretation of and make it metal and crazy.
Sarah Count says, "Hi,
really
Robert.
dope.
I already like you. You seem nice."
Yeah, I saw that. Thank you again, Sarah.
Robert is the man.
You
There's a
can
reason
search
he is here with
TikTok
us.
without an account, but you'd have to do it from your phone and record it some way. I just found compilations on YouTube, horror, spooky, creepy ones. Oh, that's a good way to do it. I'll just do that.
Oh, yeah. This is a pivotal scene. This is interesting.
Everything's pivotal to you. What are you talking about?
Do you know this is a big one, though? Yeah, where the girl takes him in to talk to her grandmother and everything. And yeah, this is a big scene.
Fuego Sarah adopted a kitten on BitLife that looks like Church, but her name is Carrie.
No.
She's confused.
Well, King referenced it up.
Yeah, Eobard Thon says, I was just at Son of Monsterpalooza. They had everybody from the Phantasm series, minus Angus, of course.
Yeah. Rest
When
peacefully,
we
Angus.
went to Scarefest, it was because they were
Tell 'em,
having the
yeah.
Phantasm reunion.
Mm-hmm.
And so that's how we got Reggie on the line, or on the channel. Same place, same event. We got George Romero, but
Yeah.
Don Coscarelli
awesome
and
to review.
Baldwin, this Adam Baldwin or
Adam Baldwin.
Adam Baldwin, both refused to be on camera.
Or excuse me, Michael
Baldwin. Michael
A. Baldwin.
A. Baldwin,
Yeah.
right? Thank you. Yeah, they both refused to be on camera. But
Coscarelli was kind of a
Scrim didn't make it because he wasn't feeling.
Yeah.
He was supposed to, and then when he got to the place, he wasn't feeling well, so he called in to the panel that we went to, which was the Phantasm 5 Ravager panel.
Yeah, and he passed away shortly thereafter, which
He
was
did
a real bummer.
pass away
and-
shortly thereafter, but he did answer your question during the panel.
Yeah, I was honestly, as much as I love Coscarelli's work, he was kind of a snoot with me, man, and it bummed me out a lot. It's those situations
Never
that
meet
you
your
never
heroes,
meet your
bro.
heroes, and so on and so forth. But yeah, Don Coscarelli was kind of snooty with me, and he was like, "Oh well, I'll maybe do something audio with you, but I don't want to film anything," and that's their prerogative. I'm not hating, but yeah, he wasn't the nicest cat, unfortunately. So
Ryan Allen is here. He says this film was surprisingly emotional.
it's very emotional, especially with what happens at the end with his brother. When you find out the fate of Jody, it's significant, man.
He asks, has anyone seen Boogeyman, the Killer compilation? I was first introduced to Phantasm from a scene on that DVD. I have not.
Oh, no, I'm super curious. Yeah, he's a tough little kid. I love him. All of this, like, older brother stuff is very emotional. It significantly hits you in those spots.
Sarah counts. Cat Carrie's mom. They're all gonna laugh at you.
As they should.
It's good joke, Sarah.
That's
like it.
awesome.
I mean, I sold it too. I mean, let's be honest. I sold that joke.
Yeah,
Nice
okay,
job. Props to you, good sir.
So, guys, right now we are at 14 minutes and 53 seconds, 54
Yes.
seconds, 55 seconds, 14 minutes, and basically 15 minutes.
I mean, even if you
want to catch up with us on Phantasm, 15 minutes in.
that should be fine. I wish I knew what streaming
Michael's,
services,
we're getting
it's
re-shown what we
available.
literally were just shown 3 minutes ago in the movie. So
Yeah,
that's how good a
it's-
movie it is.
Mm.
This fucking guy.
This fucking guy. Yeah.
Phantasm 2 for the win. Phantasm 2 for the win.
Phantasm 2 for the win. You're trying to make
Joe
up for
Bob
the
Briggs showed
shortcomings.
me the Phantasm universe for the first time, everybody.
I need to watch
and
the Joe Bob Briggs Halloween
Joe
special because
Bob
they did like
is
3
the
Halloween
shit.
movies.
I love Joe Bob
And I've
so
never
much.
watched him, but I really
so
feel
fun.
like I should.
I feel like at this point he's a nostalgic thing, so you might not appreciate him as much as a lot of like me and like Sarah from Geeks Who Eat and various others of ours, Monty and Difference, because we watched him when we were kids. It might not have the same effect, but he's still fun. He's still awesome. I went and saw him live, at Alamo Draft House. He's great.
Wow.
Yeah. Wow.
You get an Oscar.
Don't ask questions. Just put your hand in my box.
Hell no.
What's in the box? What's in the box? Don't fear, Michael.
This has nothing to do with the rest of the movie, Fuego. What is the purpose of this scene?
I honestly don't know. I mean, it's to give an additional element of dread, perhaps. I mean, that's really
guess.
the best I can describe.
But she has no purpose otherwise?
The fact that they both have those tattooed stars on their faces and everything, it's just creepy. I mean, not everything has a payoff in these 70s films of horror and stuff.
You mean in these bad movies?
This is a terrific
Hey, you
movie.
just put the money on there and it disappeared. Bitch, make my money come back!
Yeah, right?
Watch what happens here, though. They're like, they swindle.
Yeah.
As is tradition.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
The traditional laugh at your
And
client.
yet Blondie's
Yeah.
really pretty, and
What
so
an
she's
idiot.
just like,
Yeah.
I kind of feel bad about. And in turn, it leads us to what transpires right
So,
here.
Fuego, this movie was more independent than the rest of the movies, right? The rest of the
This
movies
was
were picked up.
completely 100% independently made.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, the second film was where they had Universal Studios money, which is why they were pressured to recast Michael. That's why they went with James LaGrosse. That's why they changed that up. And then in the third film, they
were okay
switched-
with Reggie, but they didn't like Michael.
Yeah, exactly. They switched back to a Michael Baldwin for the third film because of the fact that they were making it outside of the studio system.
This is part of why Reggie took the job, right? Was because he got to play guitar with his buddy.
And this is such a nice scene, man.
Yeah,
I
this
love
really is,
scene.
actually.
He plays lead, man. It's great.
Makes me think, man. Do you
It's
think
so
Reggie
70s
Reggie
this
watches
point.
this movie and like, you know, like fuck?
Well, I
that
mean,
was
remember
40
when I
years ago,
interviewed
I
him,
was
he was
sitting
like,
there.
yeah, man, I was like a musician in the 70s, man, and I started making movies, man. You know, like he said man probably like a dozen times in our interview, and
He's great, dude.
I have so much love for that guy. He's so funny. He's so funny. Great series, guys. I love it.
Him and his tuning fork.
Yeah. Yes, and this is the first time that we see like,
Yeah.
the aspect of the importance.
Yeah, dude, the tuning fork is a big deal in this series.
Yeah, it comes up over and over and over.
Oh, it looks like Ash has joined us.
Oh, really?
Nice.
Yeah, hi, baby. And she says,
Look at this handsome man.
she said to be at least be honest.
Look at that beastly beard.
I'm gonna about what? Like,
Oh, about the quality of the film, I would
Oh,
imagine.
probably,
She's in-
yeah.
She's in black.
Yeah.
What's up, Ash?
Yeah, dude, Ryan Allen says Phantasm 3 is crazy. A child has the most brutal kills from the entire series. Dude, I
Yeah,
like
it's-
Phantasm 3.
No, Phantasm 3 is bonkers. I mean, 2 is the best of the series, but 3 is just crazy. It's almost like it is very much the Alien 3 of the series in the fact that it does things you never expected the series would. So, you know, keep
Ryan
that.
also says, when I first saw Phantasm, I thought Michael Baldwin was Elijah Wood.
No.
I was a stupid kid and had seen Lord of the Rings prior. Daniel Corey, Reggie doesn't always drink beer, but when he does, he prefers Dos Equis.
Yeah,
Oh,
obviously.
she,
And Dos
she's
Equis
talking
Ambar,
about
if we're going to be specific. The Ambar.
the gypsy lady and the daughter.
Oh, the gypsy?
About that scene. You're like, I don't know what this is about.
No. Well, as I mentioned earlier, guys, the cool thing is that they filmed so much for this movie that they had additional footage to factor in for Phantasm Oblivion and to just give it some interesting continuity as far as flashbacks go, which is really dope. I mean, how often do you see a film where you can flash back to the original film and you're not rehashing previous scenes? I think that's a really cool dynamic.
I agree. It works if it's something that's planned, then that's great. Like, make sure you film that extra scene and that extra stuff. But
Yeah, and
most studios won't let you pay for those scenes that are intended for 3 movies from now.
Yeah, truly.
However, if it's like a Lord of the Rings situation where you're like filming a bunch of them at once, then you might more easily get away with it.
Yeah, in this essence, it was a just healthy convenience, I suppose.
I love
You
the
know?
lighting here. Look how harsh that backlight line is. It's like,
Yeah.
yeah, that's not the moon. That's tungsten.
That's actually
It's a
really
super
funny
moon,
for you to
right?
mention it. And yet the scenes where there's darkness on his face are a little more effective, where you can just kind of see him, like right there.
Gypsies, tramps, and thieves.
She is still such a babe when we saw her a few years ago.
Oh,
Yeah, despite
well,
the fact
yeah,
that she is most
I mean,
definitely in her 50s. And, really?
I mean, she looked like, you know, a 35-year plus woman from this point.
Sure.
No, she was holding it together pretty well, but
She aged well. And
she
looked
wasn't like
similar
I
in
you know,
comparison.
she's not my Heather Langenkamp. You know
I mean,
what I
she
mean?
looked similar in my estimation.
Yeah,
and
well,
that's the
she
big-
she would
and
hold
that's the
more.
biggest
She would
thing.
hold more of a thing to you than she would for me. It's like if you had her and
No, in this instance, it's
Heather
more
next
like
to each other,
this
you might
girl
take
was
her.
like I don't know, more of the lurid variety. Whereas Heather, I could never even think of her in that capacity because of the fact that she's the mom.
Damn!
Titties.
Yeah, nice ones too.
Boobies and boobies.
And this is back in the time where those were real. So,
Even he's
there.
like, wow.
so props to the kid. Yeah. Michael is just like, ooh.
Boobies and titties.
Mm-hmm.
Titties and boobies.
Boobies.
Sitting here at midnight is a
We're all
kick-ass
simple
song.
creatures.
Before you go with that transition, I thought you just said I was a babe.
Who said that?
Sarah Counts.
Oh.
Oh snap! What's the growling for? There's no more growling ever in this series. What the hell?
It's a jackal.
It's
No,
a
it's
jackal.
It's a jackal.
Cecil knows who it is. Rob has never seen this, so he doesn't know.
I don't remember. I haven't watched it since we watched it for the podcast review like 3 years ago.
Oh, it's a weird little Jawas, bro.
Oh, that's what that is. It's the Jawas.
Yeah.
Jawas.
Untiki.
Utini.
Yeah, Utini. That's right.
Little bastard.
No, that was first year of the channel. We might have done that because that was at my Chandler spot.
Yeah, it was. No. Cecil and I are reaching way back for you
Way
guys
back.
tonight. How
We're going
about
in the
that?
Wayback Machine.
Yes, yes.
Dude,
My
I can't
dude.
wait. We might
Ugh.
get this house. If we get this house that Dave and I and Robert were looking at today, there you go. See, Jawa.
Yep. You do indeed have Jawas. And Michael runs away and he interrupts.
What the
Isn't that so funny? When he's like, I'm trying to eat this,
Look,
but what's going on?
I mean, I might not be.
When you didn't spit those out yet, you still got them in your teeth?
I might not be the most prolific of sexual magnets, but I don't remember ever taking off so many pairs of panties with my teeth that I could randomly get caught with a pair of panties in my mouth.
No,
I mean, good for him, I guess.
Yeah,
but...
this particular situation dictated, obviously.
Oh, really? You're gonna strip off some panties with your teeth in the graveyard?
No, well, not in the graveyard. God
No,
damn.
well,
but
that was in the graveyard.
Boy, do I aspire to. That's ridiculous.
Boy, do I have
That's the kind of girl that
Talk
I
about a graveyard
definitely
dance.
want to.
Bam!
I don't know what Catherine's thinking, but yeah. Love you, baby.
Oh, Reggie's song was the Sitting Here at Midnight, I think. Okay. I was like, I disagree with that. Jawa alert. Do any of you think Phantasm will get a remake? I think eventually, but not probably for 10 years.
Don't
I think if anyone's gonna have to do it, it's gonna have to be you, Fuego. Once you've made a couple of
That
other
is one
things
of
that we're
the,
planning on.
Like, it's so funny, people get bent out of shape about remakes, man, but this is one of those series where I would get genuinely
Sarah says
hurt
she's 26 and
pissed
hasn't
the
aged
hell
since
off.
she was 15. Good for you, Sarah.
Damn.
If you're 26 and you look like you're 15, you must have the boys battering down that door.
Or girls, if you're... I mean, hey, we don't make any presumptions
No,
in this day
I'm
and
not
age.
saying what she prefers. I'm just saying there's probably boys battering down her door if she's 26 and looks like she's 15. That's all I'm saying. I'm not saying she chose boys. I'm just saying that's likely the case.
We don't choose...
Jesus Christ. It's fucking 2019. Don't say a sentence.
Strong woman!
Don't say a sentence unless you've proofread it in front of like 40 people.
Yeah, my God. It's
Holy
something that
shit.
CP and
Jonathan Nichols
Lindsay and I
was,
were joking about last night.
Dice rolling attempts to pull his panties off with teeth. Ow! God damn it! Hold on, I bit my tongue.
Yeah.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah.
No.
Unless they're like edible panties, in which case I can be like.
I don't find the appeal of those, honestly.
I'm not saying I'm gonna eat them
Like,
for pleasure. I'm just saying at least
some
I can
people
get
do.
rid of them without being like, and like tossing what might be gross. You know what?
I will comment...
Better
sleeping-
tossing the gross set of drawers aside than consuming what
Well,
might be
yeah.
gross inside the drawers.
I will comment
Truth.
distinctively differently in the fact that I think Jodie's attire is badass. I like that 70s, like, kind of, like, Jim Morrison-y shirt that he's wearing and stuff. And, yeah, it's... Listen to this, man. The score is so dope.
I do
So
like.
hard.
You
for the
need
score.
to have this
Honest,
on
I do like
That's like
on
one of
vinyl,
the
dude.
few
This is a fantastic
moments where you can tell it's an actual score for the movie, though. The rest of it, not so much. Oh, here we go. Is this in the woods?
Yes! Best scene in the movie!
Nice.
That is a frightening image.
See, this is the scene that
That's a
I'm
fucking-
always
Now,
familiar
yeah, that's
with.
the one that everybody shows all the goddamn time. It's a
Yeah.
dream sequence, so it's got...
It's a frightening image. And this car, though. Michael's
yeah,
car is
just
dope.
Jody's car is
Jody's
so
car.
badass,
I keep saying
man.
I confuse Michael Baldwin.
Yeah, Michael's the kid, Jody's the brother. Damn,
We
that
said
car,
Michael
though.
A. Baldwin, didn't we? It's A. Michael
It's
Baldwin.
A. Michael Baldwin,
Yeah.
but he goes by Michael.
That's such a dope car, though. Look at
Dice
that shit.
says edible panties
Is it a
equal fruit
Thunderbird?
roll-ups
What the
for
hell is
adults.
Yes, exactly.
True.
Dice knows.
Insert creepy old guy from Beetlejuice. Yeah.
Hmm.
Ryan Allen asks Cecil, how long did it take to complete the Dylan's New Nightmare screenplay? It took me about a week. I mean, I did the first
But
half,
to
and
be
then
fair,
a few days later, I did the second
an
half.
initial like treatment, so to speak, which you showed to me, which was like around 10 to 12 pages, and then you did a massive like
Did I?
rewritten. Yeah, you.
No,
totally did.
that was the first half that I showed you.
Oh, okay.
It was just the first half. I
yeah,
hadn't
so-
written the rest, but yeah. It took
so
me
it's
about a
not
week.
Like he
So the
slapped
first
this
half I
together in
showed
a couple
you.
of days, you know. It was like it was long, drawn out, and thought out, and half of it was done previously, and then he beefed the hell out of that and made it even more badass. With
See, here we get
bigger stuff,
this
so.
guy, we get the tall man crossing, and we see why.
And we hear about this in 4. Remember?
Yeah,
Yeah, but they talk about the cold is like a combatant. To
yeah,
him,
why he doesn't
which
like
is
the
dope.
cold.
Yeah.
They don't focus on it here. They just focus on the fact that he sees the kid.
Yeah. Yeah, you don't understand the context here as far as why he's like breathing it in and like stopping for a second, but he is vulnerable to cold as they play out in the mythology and later entries.
But why would he
which is
stop to be vulnerable for a minute? That doesn't
Okay.
make sense.
cool. Okay, this is a pitch meeting sort of situation. Phantasm pitch meeting. So why exactly would he stop? And just like, I don't know.
I don't know. Okay.
Okay, well, it seems to be profitable, so let's just do
It's
it.
just creepy looking, all right?
Dice says edible panties equals fruit roll-ups for adults.
Yeah, that's what Rob said, and I laughed thoroughly.
Gross. And yet, not gross?
And yet,
I do
so
love
awesome.
fruit roll-ups.
Technically, you need 2 strips. One around the waist, and
Mm-hmm.
there's your
tap.
edible panties, bro.
There's
the
a-
skid mark roll-up.
Hey,
Well, you don't
skid
tuck
marks,
it in
Steve.
there. Like, you just drape it over.
You don't need to tuck it in to get skid marks. What did you fucking tuck your
Well-
underwear in the entire time?
And now
I
I'm
hope
thinking,
not.
Not
and now I'm thinking
me.
basketball, where he's like, "Hey, skid mark Steve, you still hanging around playing Nintendo?" And he's like, "No, I'm actually training for the summer games," and blah blah blah. And he's just like, "Oh, well, we're."
Can't you guys legally show the movie if not commentary? Falls under artistic integrity, doesn't it? Nope.
Nah, it
Nope,
doesn't.
because it's
It
rebroadcasting
sucks,
an
yeah.
entire intellectual property.
Exactly.
So
and
we can do it this way where you guys can watch the movie and it's just a bonus commentary, but no, we cannot air the movie.
Yeah, remember how you see like everything?
Jonathan
VHS
Nichols,
was?
the Dave stream just ended?
Yeah.
Holy shit. Can't wait for Dylan's New Nightmare. Thank you, Jonathan. I appreciate that.
Yeah, but the previous
Dave would've
aspect
finished
that
a
I
long
was
time ago.
alluding to earlier, and the fact that, like, remember when you would be in the video rental store in the 80s and 90s, and the big thing was, this cannot be rebroadcast or blah, 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 and, you know, without the express written consent
Yeah,
of,
all that
and
stuff.
so on and so forth. Yeah, that disclaimer holds true still in this digital
We're at
age.
30
It's
minutes
still
and
there,
47
everybody.
seconds, 48 seconds, 49 seconds, 50 seconds for
and you're
anyone that
about
wants
to
to
see your
join.
first Jawas, kind of.
That car is so badass.
It's so rad status, dude.
The
It's,
Plymouth Hemi Cuda.
It's honestly
That's right, it's the
probably
Cuda.
even beyond Baby in Supernatural. It's that dope. Although it's very much in the same essence and vein, and it makes you think like.
Oh, boy, oh,
the
boy.
improper words you made me refilm a review for.
Any prospects for an original film or short after Dylan's New Nightmare? Ryan, that's not a problem. I have 3 scripts completely written, one of which is my own slasher that I created that's ready to go, as well as 4 kids' picture books and 2 young novels. I have a lot of stuff that I can go to after Dylan's New Nightmare, yes. But I do have 2 specific scripts, one of which is much more cost effective, one of which is my own personal slasher. So we'll have to see how things go.
Yeah, and as Cecil gives me constant crap about, there are 2 ideas for just kind of.
I think you should go with the one that people want you to do the most, but I know you're more passionate about the other one.
Which is the romantic comedy, or which is the...
no. Oh, never mind.
Yeah.
I thought you were talking about between PS and the other one. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, I do.
I thought you were discussing between those two. No,
Yeah,
romantic comedy.
Yeah,
Dude, you gotta finish it. You can't. I mean, you gotta.
Oh, I know, and that's why I said that you have given me proper just crap about the fact that you can outline a story and not script it.
Yeah,
and,
you gotta have a script.
Yeah,
Nothing's gonna happen
unless
it's scripted.
man. I mean, there is one called 19 Septembers, and there's another one called No Other Wildflower, and those are the ones that I've talked to you about previously. So.
I'm guessing 19 Septembers has to do with the Stephen King universe at some.
No, it's actually about the 19th year of my life, and it's supremely autobiographical, and it's kind of a coming of age story, so to speak.
All right, you gotta write it, but a lot of writers start autobiographical. Those movies never get made, so they start writing otherwise.
They shift in,
because it's like, unless you have something really spectacular going on in your life, everyone's been through that kind of stuff.
My beloved King says, "Write what you know," and that was No Other Wildflower is a better idea. That's the one that I told you about, the road trip where the guy is going back to,
So you're not even going to do any of the horror ones?
Well, the one we talked about is...
Which one? PS or GS?
Ellie's thing. The one that we talked about.
Okay.
Yeah. And then there's also, Beneath the Rocks and, In the Shadows, and those are the
What
two.
about that scene from the GS?
The GS.
Yeah, the one-on-one scene that we were going to do.
Oh, that's right. Yeah. Yeah, the palaver.
Exactly. Yeah, call it that.
But I was talking about the original ideas as opposed to, really...
No, we're talking about what's going to come next. So what do you want to do next? Do you want... I can't... I still have to figure things out for a full-length feature. If you're going to do something, you got to focus on a short, unless you want to write
for sure,
the full-length script.
Hey, I am here as his co-producer, or like hand in whatever, however I can essentially assist Cecil is what I am here for, guys. And, whether it's here as, a co-producer on the show or just a host or whatever, the film is completely of his accord. And, give some love and support and all that jazz. Definitely.
Well, but people want
but
to
as
know
far
what
as
you
my
want
crap,
to do too, so.
Yeah.
Daniel Corey says, I used to work in a cemetery, and to be honest, you'd be surprised how many hookups actually happen there. We used to catch people banging all the time.
It's hilarious.
Yes.
There are some sick basters there.
Ryan Allen says, best of luck, brother. Thank you. Sarah counts, also Fuego, I got Hearts in Atlantis audiobook. How is it swearing-wise? Would it traumatize me?
No, it's pretty tame. Based on the time period that it takes place within. Personal favorites would be the second story, although the first one is very good, that you have probably seen adapted with Anthony Hopkins if you've watched the film. It just... Everything is different, but there is an aspect of interconnectivity that is very compelling and really dope status. So check out, all of it. And it is pretty PG-13. There's nothing that's gonna, torment or traumatize any small child. So, yeah, keep that in mind.
So all the coffins are open except for the one that
Exactly.
he's in, and he's not going to think to look in it. Okay. Have any of you seen the movie Pieces from 1982? Asked Ryan Allen. I have not. I actually have a pile of about 5 older horror movies that I have not seen yet, including The Prowler, including The Burning. I need to add Pieces to it.
Man.
I have not seen Pieces, and if it's gory, I'm all about it. And it sounds like it would be.
Yeah, based on title.
Mimi is here, says, I thought the guy in the middle was a prop.
No, not at all. I'm sure of it.
It's a little focused in on the movie at the
The
moment.
Paranormal Gaming Network. Hi, it is Shane, and oh my god, that doll is creepy. I thought it was for real for a second. Yeah, this is Abigail. By the way, Tony
Yes.
Sweet Pea
Yeah.
is back on Instagram. She reached out, was like, hey, how's Abigail doing? I was like, oh, she's great.
On everything, and
Been
people
around
still
for the last
love that
5.5
hell out of her,
years.
Tony.
Indeed.
Yes.
Tanya Sweet Pea Depew Hackett.
Yes. Amazing effect.
Thought it was real for a second. Might check it out. Pieces is pretty twisted. Caught it on a Joe Bob marathon. Oh, sweet.
Oh, nice.
The Eyes was gross too. Early 80s. I haven't heard of The Eyes. I would watch The
I've heard
Eyes.
the title thrown
Let
around.
me add
but,
Pieces and The Eyes to my queue.
as you should, man.
Because I want to watch some of these older ones that I missed. My Bloody Valentine, I watched for the first time. The 1981 one was awesome.
Yeah.
I haven't watched the original Black Christmas. I need to get that too.
I ended up just saving that on one of my watch lists the other night.
I'm gonna just buy it. I need to buy it and watch that and the remake and get them both.
Because I was torn between that or going back to Event
Jesus,
Horizon.
the Pieces Blu-rays, $32. Holy shit.
Oh, Charles Lee Ray, Brain Scan. Nice name drop, dude. That's the one I haven't seen in a hot minute.
Only 2 left. Damn, I might have to get this Pieces movie. How have I never seen this? Oh, here comes the ball.
Nice. Oh, damn, he got...
Damn, he drew blood.
Yeah, he took a nice old chunk out of it.
Whoop.
And you're dead.
Oh.
Nice.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah. Fuego walked away during the first screw kill. Oh.
Oh, we got a squirter.
We got a squirter. All the blood. And there's no blood on the ground right there.
Oh, no.
Doesn't make any sense. Oh, he peed himself, though.
Rightfully so.
Yeah, I would imagine, but where's all the blood that just spurted out of his face?
20 feet in front.
I guess that's as best as we can do. Cecil, have you met Robert Englund yet? As a matter of fact, Eobard, well, I love your name, by the way, Reverse Flash. Fucking awesome. I did meet Robert, and we did get his signature on our Coexist shirt, and he told a whole story. It was great. Cecil, Black Christmas is a must-see, and crazily enough, it was written by the same guy who made A Christmas Story. I need to watch Black Christmas. Killer Clowns from Outer Space is awesome. I think I have watched Brain Damage. I need to watch one of the movies that Fuego got.
What's that?
Fuego, what's the one where the little alien creature rides on the dude and, like, tells him to do stuff? Is that Brain Damage, or?
Yes, Brain Damage it's my favorite Frank Henenlotter film, who also
I've still
did,
never seen it. I need to borrow that from you once you watch it.
I've watched it countless times. It's amazing. It's psychedelic.
Ooh,
I
wow.
actually stole a ton of the dialogue from that for songs with my band. So, yeah, that's how far my love of Brain Damage goes.
That was one hell of a clean cut.
Yeah, and
Like-
good screams, though, too.
Must be a fresh blade. He must have just bought it.
How about Bad Taste? Yeah, Bad Taste I haven't watched yet.
Oh man!
Wait, Bad
Taste.
Taste? Which one's Bad Taste?
Bad Taste is the one that preceded
With the big creepy
Meet the Feebles, and it preceded.
creatures?
It's
Yeah.
where
No, I haven't seen that.
It's where Peter Jackson is like, I've been born again, after he comes out of the orifice of the nastiness. It's so good. It's the very super low budget alien film.
I haven't
he
watched
did.
that, and I haven't watched Meet the
Horrific,
Feebles either.
Meet the Feebles is like, you need to be on mushrooms for Meet the Feebles. It is bonkers, fucking insane.
Challenge accepted.
Yes. Rob, I'm actually gonna get a little of this meaty stuff. You got.
Go for it, buddy.
There's no Blu-ray of Bad Taste.
Oh, there totally is. I own it.
No, there's not!
I thought I knew it.
Ryan Allen says pieces on YouTube for free.
Yeah, it's okay. It's one I should probably own.
Well, I mean, when it comes to just reviewing stuff, that's one thing. But as far as ownership, I don't prefer to own anything unless I think it's fantastic and worthy of taking some place on my shelf. You walk into my home, and there are huge shelves, very similar to the Stephen King, bookshelf that you see on some of those Hale episodes. I have 2 of those actually, which are filled with Blu-rays and DVDs and stuff. And Cecil is a fellow acquirer of physical media and loves that stuff in that regard. So. Oof.
Yeah, it seems now that it's been sitting, it's mellowed out, but also had more of an alcohol flavor now.
Yeah, I was about to say, dude, it actually tastes significantly stronger.
I know, it's crazy.
It doesn't taste as good.
No, it definitely doesn't. Like,
No,
I'm disappointed on that. Like,
it honestly feels like it's fermented further, and it's gonna kick my ass even more.
I know.
So,
So, like the 2 shots I did earlier, I was like, all right, I gotta go to whiskey because I'm just gonna get way too fucked up.
Yeah, that's why. And I'll sip, and this is the end of my evening for that. You know, because I only had the two seltzers and then the couple shots with him. So. Mm-hmm. Yeah, it feels so 70s, man. That's why I love this movie. It's so of the era.
I'm just gonna point out how nice that flannel is, though.
What's the book he has there? I'm trying to see.
Can't see that.
Anything interesting there, Cecil, in the descriptions, commentaries, and such? That's what that thing does, big girl. Yeah. It's right on your head, kid. Did you not realize?
Yeah. Charles Lee Ray is here. Have you heard of The Ugly? Great flick. Actually, I do have The Ugly on VHS. I think I might have found the DVD as well, but not on Blu-ray. The Ugly is a really good thriller serial killer thing. So really
that early
bug.
Peter Jackson output, dude, is so goddamn good.
Oh, it's nice that you just threw the bug down perfectly when you were wrapped up in your fucking thing.
It got out.
It got out. You're making me think of old school where he's like, hey, didn't we throw you in the dumpster? And he's like, yeah, I got out. Cheese! Sorry. Yeah, bro. I've got some time to try to make some money.
Ew. What the fuck?
It's so interesting how Reggie is very much a side character in the original film, and he becomes like the main badass in the sequel.
The ponytail guy?
Oh yeah, yeah. He becomes the main. He's almost like an Ashley Williams sort of character.
Really,
dude.
So he's kind of a pansy in the beginning, and then he becomes
going
a
around
badass.
in the second film with a quadruple-barreled shotgun, and like blasting the shit
All right,
out of people.
I can get behind that.
It's really awesome.
Groovy.
Yeah, he's quipping. He's doing this thing. It's really dope. Sounds like my father. It's like be sure of your target and beyond, as the NRA says.
Same with hunting animals.
Truly.
If you ain't gonna eat it, don't shoot it.
Yeah, exactly. And my dad is totally that point, man. My dad is not about trophy hunting. Like,
hell no.
Everything that he kills, he consumes completely.
Exactly. It's
You
like,
know,
don't get me
which
wrong,
I
I'll still
find really
keep
admirable.
I'll still keep like the skull and stuff like that, but every part of the animal is being used.
Oh yeah, yeah. There has to be like a proper process behind it.
Yep.
And that's why I was joking with Cecil. I'm like, my dad every year, Rob, he makes like tamales with like elk and javelina and deer and all this different shit every Christmas, dude. That's his thing.
So good.
Yeah, he makes it with wild game, and it's so bomb.
See, now that's tamaleing, right?
It is like definitely lean and flavorful, and it tastes a little gamey at times. You know, the javelina especially.
Oh yeah, javelina. Oh my
As he
God.
jokes with me, he's like, "There's no fat on these creatures, kid. You know, so you may say that it tastes this way, but it's because they're wild animals that we're eating." I mean, it's crazy.
Javelinas though, man, they're a trick because of how
Yeah.
oily they are.
Mm-hmm.
Like, man, they are a smelly little animal.
Yeah, the only things that I've ever actually, like, you know, I guess accomplished in, you know, just being, as, that was the word I'm looking for. I mean, compromising, conquering, so to speak, you know, whatever silliness you want to use. I was trying to think of, like, an eloquent word that wasn't coming to me, but, yeah, elk and javelina, those are the only two that I have conquered and you know, taken into my parents' fold for consumption, which is cool.
Hell yeah.
But elk is fantastic, as I'm sure you know. And
yeah, I've eaten plenty of elk in my day, but that's definitely
Javelina.
still one like I haven't taken down an elk before on my
Yeah.
own.
Yeah.
Like that's on a bucket
it was
list.
a cow on my end,
Yep.
you know, so it wasn't a bull or anything, you know, cool with something to hold on to, regrettably. But if you walk into my parents' house, like right on the left, the first thing you see is this just huge set of antlers that my father, from his first and biggest conquest. And then you go into his bedroom, and he's got the, you know, brown bear that he got, and you know, he's
beautiful.
got a rug and stuff, and that thing was
Black bear
charging.
meat, man, is so good.
That thing was charging at him, and like he had already like initially wounded it, and it was charging at him.
Oh.
And yeah,
So it was super pissed and-
dude, it was kill or be killed. And,
Yep.
and my dad has told me the story countless times of how that went down and how he was very scared for his life when that bear was charging him. And here you go. Yeah, here's the
So
aforementioned Ewoks. Then yeah, the Jawas. Excuse me, Ewoks. Stupid, stupid faggot.
It's a mulligan. So 45-19 and it's good. Clack attack. Okay. Just point out this fact real quick.
Yes,
That
please do.
that
Please do.
gun would have flown right the hell out of his hand.
No,
Hold
with
it like
the little
that.
handy.
You're gone.
Yeah, and as a gun person, based on, you know, parents and stuff, you know, both my parents have concealed carry permits and all this
Yeah.
other stuff. And,
Ash always gives me crap because, like, no matter how much I love the movie, I will still always critique, like,
As you should, though.
the
I mean,
guns
come
and
on,
just
man.
certain. It's a movie. Yeah, I know, but I'm still gonna give it crap.
Oh, dude, my dad used to train canines for the Phoenix Police Department. Seriously.
I think you told me. Yeah, I think we were telling
so
about that.
he,
Yeah.
like, made the bite suits and all of that different stuff. When I was a little kid, he was training the canines for where they should bite and where they should, you know, go after people and stuff like that. And I still remember watching a few films with him because he loved the 80s and 90s shoot 'em ups. He loved them. And he was like, when they were going with their fingers on the trigger and holding the guns, as opposed to like with the finger up, you know, where it's like ready to like slink in and shoot, as opposed to, he's like, yeah, that's not realistic. You know, everybody who knows how to use a gun, they have their finger above, as opposed to like England.
Remember, guys, trigger safety.
Truly, that's why you like harbor it on the side as opposed to, you know, kind of a little clink within.
I've actually
Do
been
not put your
investigating
finger on
guns
the
this
trigger.
week myself.
I saw your little booklet over there.
Yeah,
I did
trying
too.
to decide. The lady was recommending a SIG 320.
That's what I used to have. I was just about to tell you to get that. Oh my god, it's the greatest gun I've ever owned.
Well, my buddy that
Guns.
swears by guns. That's a private investigator. Swears by Glocks. He says,
Yeah.
Dude, okay.
I mean,
The P320, I put over about 1,200 rounds through that. Never had a single hiccup, even with reloads.
Yeah.
And like I did basically like a stress test with it. So when I got it, I put like I was like a little over 100 rounds.
Just
Let
test
it
it out
sit
kind of
for a
thing.
couple weeks.
Yeah.
Went out during when it was storming or whatever. Shot
that-
it again.
did that alter accuracy? I mean, was
No.
it better afterwards? Or
Dude,
no?
nothing changed. Like it was still from when I pulled it out of the box till my last cleaning before I sold it.
Yeah,
it
'cause
was
that's
it
one
was
thing
on
I've heard
point from the
is
first
about,
day.
like disparative consistency and the aggravation that's associated with that. Obviously, with
Yeah,
certain-
no, I had
certain stuff I
no
love.
issues with that gun. No hiccups, no nothing. Best money I ever spent on a gun. So I would recommend a P320.
That's what she was recommending.
Full size.
Was
No,
getting the
so-
shorter barrel.
Yeah, I mean,
Oh,
silly
subcompact
movies
or-
we
Yeah.
have here at times. This
I'll
is
show you.
definitely, guys, one of the parts where you're just like, okay, we can see where it's a lower budget
has a
and
full
it's just kind of the goofier variety.
Okay,
that
so
that shooting scene
compact
does
carry,
not
yep.
necessarily
Yeah,
lend
it's a little
itself
bit-
to
a little
what we
bit
would
more
like,
expensive than the long barrel one,
but the coolness is
That's
what
actually
happens
about-
afterwards,
It's
and
about what I paid for
it
my full
kind of
size.
sows the
Oh, really?
seeds for what transpires in 2
Yeah, the full
and
size
3
was
with a few of the
$4.99
crash
instead of
sequences and
$5.99.
stuff where you
Yeah.
go over
It's a
to a
17
car
round,
and just
and
the
then this is, I think, a
apprehension and the
15.
wonder
Yeah,
and
that's what I'm.
the
that's what I'm-
uncertainty, I suppose,
Cool thing about
of
that
the
is
entire
you can
situation.
all
So
you have to do
this is
interchange
still
the
a
barrel
very
and the magazine.
pivotal
You can
scene
go
for
from a 9mm to a
just
257
the
to a 44
formative
to a 45.
groundwork,
Yeah.
I think, that it
But it just
lays
changes
for this
your
franchise.
capacity.
So, yes, this is a very effective beat. Tune in. Yep. Yeah, one of those Jawas, as I jokingly call them, everybody.
Definitely not in Kansas anymore.
Mm-hmm. Oh boy.
Oh, there you go.
That is some strong med. Responsible by this man who is Sailor Rabbit.
Oh, wow.
Mm. Mm-hmm. Isn't that a well-framed scene, though? I love the pan back. Like, it really, it's effectively ominous. I dig that bit. And I like the lack of lighting here. I love how the emphasis is the reds in those two, like, backlights and stuff. It's dope. The yellow shit you will find out in the later entries, the full extent of it.
So Ashley Hoover asks, what was everyone's favorite scene in Phantasm?
The original?
Yes, I'm gonna assume so. Yes.
Oh, it's most definitely where he's sleeping and the hands come at him, and Angus is standing above the grave and everything. That is, it was used in the trailer for a reason. It's iconic as, and so yeah, it's definitely the best bit in this film. 100%. It's probably the most iconic scene in the entire series in a lot of ways. As much as I'd love to, there isn't a scene quite like that one in any of the, entries that come thereafter.
Charles Lee Ray asked about the new Are You Afraid of the Dark. We haven't watched it yet, but Ryan Allen says the new Are You Afraid of the Dark was so-so. The original series was absolutely amazing, so that's not great.
Yeah, so that's like Marsha's shout out, obviously. I know it was a limited series, guys, on the segment.
See, I was afraid about that and everything. It kind of being a flop.
Dice says she rather likes that scene as well, Fuego.
Which one?
The one you said.
No, that's the best scene in the entire franchise. 100%. It's iconic, distinctive, and they showed it in the trailer for a reason. So.
Daniel Corey says that awesome dream sequence and the first appearance of the silver ball.
Yeah, that's too.
Fair.
I mean,
that is fair.
If I was gonna choose a secondary segment, it would probably be in 2, the first time that we get a ball in the face. Ball in the face. That's gross.
You got buzz in your face.
Buzz in the face, guys. Yeah, but the first time we get that drill and the.
Yeah, that was a damn good scene.
Although I really love the alternate universe sequences where they walk through, which Rob has yet to see. I'm very curious about his thoughts on that, being a Stephen King fan.
Dice says she does think that the scene when the lights in the barrel room turn off and Mike uses the lighter before one of the Jawas tackles him is funny.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's definitely some chuckle hood sequences in this. I mean,
chuckle adjacent.
Yeah, this is so much more of like a quiet, like contemplative, broody kind of thing. Whereas
So much more boring.
I know it is kind of boring.
Admit it,
As
Fuego.
much as I enjoy the hell out of this series, it's not like the pedal to the metalness of 2 and 3. I mean, 4 and 1 actually probably have the most connective tissue, not just because of all the scenes from 1 that they
But mostly because
factored
of
in
that.
there, but they're both very slow, kind of like brooding, plotting films. And yes, here we go. This is almost like that scene
In
in
It.
Pennywise,
Yep.
Yeah, well-
in It that I totally ripped the fuck off. Yep. Hi, Catherine.
What? Did anyone get their copy of the In Search of Darkness documentary? No, and I backed that motherfucker, and I still haven't gotten my copy of that. It's frustrating. It was supposed to be delivered in like June.
Well, I experienced some similar frustration from Cemetery Dance, where I pre-ordered through Amazon as opposed to through them specifically for Wendy's Magic Feather, and they sent me an email the day of release, and they were like, "Yeah, based on low supplies, we're not going to get it to you till like the 26th or the 28th." When it was released on the 19th, and I was supposed to have it on that day. So
Jeez.
I canceled my pre-order, and I went to Barnes and Noble and I bought it there. Yeah.
Wow.
I was so mad that day. Especially being the, Stephen King guy and everything. I was just like, what in the hell are you guys trying to do to me?
Dude, I don't understand why they do that to their fans. It's so jacked up.
Supremely retarded.
How dare you?
T-
What are you doing?
Supremely ridiculous.
You can't say that anymore.
Yeah, just
Fuego.
man, when I was watching, okay,
Get with the times.
it's so funny. Catherine and I were watching Can't Hardly Wait the other day.
Oh,
I
jeez.
love Can't Hardly Wait. Yes,
I haven't watched that in a long
badger me in the
time.
comments. Seth Green,
Yeah.
Jennifer, Jennifer,
Jennifer
what the hell is her
and,
name? Hewitt or whatever the hell her name is.
Jennifer Love Hewitt? That
Jennifer
one?
Love Hewitt.
Okay,
Exactly. Yeah. Jennifer Love Hewitt, Seth Green, lots of other people. It's so of the time, 1996, and they're calling each other fags, and that's
Especially the jocks.
yes.
Especially the jocks.
of
Typical
course, yeah.
90s movie style jocks.
But yet you also have Seth Green's core, who are like the
So awesome.
WIGGers, and and they're all wearing their jinkos and everything, and it's very much of the times, obviously. It's
So great,
That
so
movie
great.
is just, I couldn't even believe some of the stuff they got away with for a PG-13 film. It's so awesome. I love Can't Hardly Wait. It's not
Yeah.
a scary movie, guys, but watch Can't Hardly Wait. It's great.
Bum 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 bum.
I like that shot. I like the blues, man. It's good.
Ryan Allen, I do agree that the Leprechaun movies are definitely underappreciated. They did kind of fall off the rails, though, kind of.
Yeah, they did.
But
So was
Well,
three
the
in
stupid
Vegas?
WWE
If I
one
remember?
was terrible.
Oh, that was awful. But the third one in Vegas, man.
Oh my
That's
God.
the best one, honestly.
I thought the Leprechaun Returns was fun.
Leprechaun in the Hood.
No,
Two
the
where the
Returns
dude
one
gets
that
like
came
sawed
out
in half.
that went back to the original
so rad status.
continuity.
Oh, really?
It was a sequel to the original.
Mhm.
It even
Yeah,
brought back
direct sequel.
Ozzy, the
See, I don't think I watched that one
the
then.
derpy guy.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, so they pulled the Halloween and everything else where they're
Mhm.
retconning shit.
Gotcha.
They
Yeah,
even got a
approach.
freaking
had
Jennifer
somebody
Aniston
who-
sound-alike.
Yeah, they
that was
had somebody to
fucking
look
Really?
like her. Kind of like
Yeah.
what they did in Doctor Sleep, where they had somebody who looked and sounded
Mhm.
similar.
Huh.
What do you guys think about that? Do you think looking and sounding similar is a bad thing?
Oh my god, is this movie over yet?
Oh,
Half an hour still? Holy shit.
I'm sorry, man.
It's so boring. I don't know what it is about this movie. It's just so
Well,
goddamn
it's slow and
slow.
plodding and it's like a dreamy kind of thing, man.
I think we had this issue last time too.
We did. You and I talked about it when we did the podcast about this.
Ugh.
I do not like 1 anywhere near as much as 2. 2 is a legitimate, like, big, bombast, like, crazy action film of nasty horror craziness. This one is just, it takes its time. It's very 70s horror, isn't it?
I agree on that.
No? He's like, you know, it's very 70s horror. It's plotting and it takes its time.
Ugh. Take you upstairs to your room where you can immediately come out and just come after me anyway. What is that gonna do? That is not how doors work.
Oh, the screwdriver? You don't like that?
That's not how doors work. In fact,
I just love how he had that right amount to get that whole thing right through.
It would only help the door open the way that it's supposed to open towards him. Like, if you're trying to open it the other way, yeah, that might be a pain in the ass. But you're literally helping the door open this way.
I personally love this movie, but it's not faultless. Okay, so sorry guys, we got some Jawa excitement coming momentarily.
Just be interesting. So
Miss Morning, poor Cecil.
So tired of it. Oh, bad movies. All hail Mr. Fire and his great crew.
Bro, is that a shoddy shell in your hand that you're slamming down?
Huh?
What the hell's wrong with you? Gun safety. Huh? He's got a 12 gauge shell in his hand. He's slamming up and down on the dresser.
Oh, you're
well,
not supposed to do that?
Proper, guys, I am part of this awesome gentleman's crew, so it's a little bit different.
Oh, I can't believe we have another half hour of this shit.
And I am so stoked that we have this fearsome partnership of badasses.
Oh, sorry, am I?
So. No. The fact that somebody was like, fearsome crew. Bum, 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 bum. So my girlfriend tells me she tried watching Running Man and it really sucked. Ah, come on.
What?
Go Arnie, one man army. Come on. What are you talking about? No, it's nothing like the short story. I told you this. Watch this. This is really good.
Okay.
Yeah, and this is where you're just like, right.
Well,
but that badass
my thing is,
comes
like,
back in.
He literally pushed a nail through the primer.
Yeah. Well, that's actually one thing that I remember when my dad was making bullets when I was a kid. You know, he was actually taking the like Remington shell and all that other stuff and like putting the just
resizing, popping the powder and
the explosives, the explosivity, so to speak. Yeah, that's some serious shizzle. So I don't know. I'm not as judgmental in that regard, but it's still super cheesy. So.
Fuego, I think you emailed him the song, right?
What's that, mate?
You emailed Dave McCrae the song?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, give me an email, man.
It's like holding a cat up by its scruff. And it's like, I can't move.
Yeah, that bit is very 70s, right?
Yeah. It's like, I'm stronger than you, don't fight.
Strong woman! Oh, I love the score so much, man. One of my favorite scores of all time.
You were pointing it out earlier and everything. Like, I've been making a point to
catchy,
to listen to it. I do dig the hell out of it.
Yeah, this and Halloween are in contention for just being catchy and instantly like.
It's like when
jumping into your brain.
when they do use the score on the scenes, it's effective. Other than that, it's pretty quiet.
Yeah, it's okay.
But when they do use the score, it's nicely done.
Yes, Michael. Yeah, the kid with a gun. I don't know what I think about all this, but whatever. And that's when you're like,
wouldn't you shoot him?
How was he able to do that?
Wouldn't you try and shoot him first? Fire pretty.
Might need you to send Dave your stuff again before you go.
As in the
song.
Another Nightmare demo? Okay.
Yeah. Do you have the Freddy lines written down to send him specifically?
No, I have the entire dialogue
Yeah, I
done.
think you need to send that to him again.
Obviously, yeah. I mean, I never sent anything over because I never heard anything from him, so...
Oh, I told him you were going to be emailing him.
I never got an email previously.
I told him you were going to be emailing him. Okay.
No, I never...
Well, that's the issue then.
I thought you had told me he was sending me a Facebook message.
No, I said you had to send him your stuff so he knows what to sing.
Well, I know that, but... There we go. There's some Orbeez. Bam!
Good shot.
Yeah, right?
Definitely will say I do like this, like the set design for like what locations they have had in this.
Yeah, this is super low budget, dude. So this was made in Pennsylvania, just outside Pittsburgh. And,
Oh, cool.
Yeah, I don't know. It's all about finding a spot where you could film on weekends, where there was not any sort of fee that you would need to pay, and that's what they did, like convincingly. And I don't know. It's kind of one of those go with what you know, and utilize your sets where you have them. So, yeah. There he is. We're almost done this, Cecil. It's almost done.
Oh my god. It's so fucking long.
I will give him props for rocking the skullet though.
The skeleton.
Getting that Devin Townsend look going.
And yet he went Chrome Dome himself.
He did, man.
You know,
yeah.
as everybody knows.
Yeah, he looks way better.
Devin Townsend from strapping young lad, just for the uninitiated. Yeah, this is where stuff gets super fucking psychedelic and really cool, and just the drastically different aspect of this film. This is where it almost gets kind of Stephen King route. It's crazy.
Ooh. Go do it.
Look at all those Javas being totally misused and not cared for properly with healthcare and so on. It's so dope. So they crush them down, and then they take their brains and they put them in the orbs. So they have like the little meaty old slaves that are midgets, and then they have the brains and the fucking orbs that are floating around. It's so cool.
Okay.
Quick, light it up. Come on, bruh.
So Ashley Hoover asks, what horror movie scared you as a kid or teenager and still affects you?
Jaws.
100% Jaws. Scared the living bejesus crap fuckity fuck out of me. I don't swim in the ocean. Jaws messed me up for life. And that's never going to change.
See, I've always just been a land animal. I'm like, I'm out of my element in the water. Like,
you were a lanimal, as they call them.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, Jaws, dude. Holy smokes. If I was to think of something besides that, maybe From Dusk Till Dawn, I would say.
I would say, yeah, like the creature aspect, like those have always scared me more. Like the Jaws, like it was more just nerve-wracking, really, than anything, than actually like terrifying.
Well, Jaws for me, the just plausibility of it all.
Oh yeah, yeah,
It's not
the realism of it. Yeah,
It's not like, okay, there's a zombie, there's a vampire, there's whatever. That's what made Jaws so real for me, and something that will forever torment and haunt me until my dying day. But
so Cecil,
Jaws freaked me out because it started my fear of being afraid of any water that I can't see to the bottom of.
Same.
And it permeated my dreams more than anything else in my life. Jaws and Tremors were the two things I dreamt of more than anything. The third was Freddy, but Jaws and Tremors I dreamed about more than anything else, and Jaws more than anything else for sure.
Yeah, the Jaws fear is what made us friends.
Yeah.
Really.
I still have specific dreams I can describe in very rich detail that freak me out that I just choose not to go into.
Messed up.
yeah, I'm more on that side of Anaconda. out of all of them because I'm
Dude,
petrified. Petrified
the cast
of
that movie is
anaconda
terrific,
of snakes. Petrified of snakes.
So a big one like
if you're
that's
gonna
all
have
worse.
Owen Wilson,
Yeah.
Same with like a big spider. I
And-
hate spiders. And
Okay, see, spiders and stuff like that don't bother me. I don't know. It's like childhood incident, whatever. Snakes, can't do it. Nope.
really,
Won't and can't do it. Like I'll learn about them. I'll watch movies, but
no, I
What's
saw that in
happening here? What
theaters,
is
it's
going
so
on
good.
right now? It's just in this random windy area. Like this movie doesn't make any goddamn sense.
I know we're picking it apart at this point.
wait, I thought he got like pulled into the.
It's trying to implement an essence of dread and such, and it doesn't.
Did
really
he get pulled into the tuning
succeed
fork
in
or
that
no?
regard,
He
Cecil? I
didn't,
know,
right?
man. Like
I thought he did.
all of your picking apart is
Oh boy, here we go.
no, it's valid. And
She's gonna kill you.
hey, babe, I'm gonna kill you.
Yeah. You see that knife in her hand? Yeah.
Look at my chunky chomp teeth.
Oh, you'll be fine. It's just a flesh wound.
Yeah, it like doesn't make sense either because he's okay after this.
Let's see. It wasn't in there very deep.
Oh, poor Reggie. Oh yeah, that's right. Mm-hmm. Significant.
That was the last time we saw him alive.
Toad lie. Alright. We will not reacquaint ourselves with that cylinder.
Boy.
No, this is really good though. Yeah. This is where the film takes off.
Zombie hands.
Mm-hmm. There she
Pop her
is.
boobies.
Yes.
Pop 'em.
I mean, you know they're gonna show them. Want those boobs? What's going on? Why can't we see them?
This is where the score loses me. This is not as like this part, yes, but the rest of it's just like
Look at the boobs, boom. Look at the big derbs. What the hell happened to everyone? Sorry,
Good
we
accuracy.
tried. We tried, guys. Sorry.
How'd you roll that boulder?
he didn't. The boulder rolled itself.
Oh, this shit's so good.
Mind boulders.
This is mind bouldering. Mm-hmm.
Eobard, yes, we will be doing
Yes.
another tier ranking at some point.
This is noteworthy.
What's up, Andrew Church? Good to see you. Cecil,
about
were you
films
tempted to
where
get a
you
No,
see something
I was
different.
not tempted to get a life cast of my face because I get claustrophobic. So
So his brother's been dead the whole time?
I'm not gonna tell you. Watch it.
Ugh.
No, that ending.
Cheesy cop out ending. Cheesy cop out ending.
Oh bullshit! Come on, man.
Ugh.
I love it. It's so good, and it's so in pairing with everything that transpired previously. So, I give it my stamp of regard. I know you were not as fond. I love you. Man.
It's so boring. I hate how boring it
Oh,
is.
no.
I just hate how boring it is. I don't know. I get why some people like it. I like the ball, but that's why I like 2 and 3
Nice
more,
song,
man. Like they
ridiculous.
it seemed like they ironed shit out, and this
did.
one was just boring.
I mean, this was more so conceptualizing than anything else, man. This was like world building for this one, truly.
Yeah, but
100%.
I don't know. Robert, as a first time viewer, what did you think?
Yes. Since we appreciate your opinion.
I still actually liked it. Like, yes, it was very slow.
It's very 70s, man.
But you had but that's the things like you can't there was times you had to pay attention to it, other times you couldn't kind of glance over it. But for the most part, yeah, it was pretty enjoyable. Like I definitely enjoyed some of the atmosphere that they were trying to go for on the dark kind of broodingness, if you will. But yeah, no, I'll definitely be checking out the other ones. That's most definite.
2 is so good.
I would say, yeah, because I can definitely tell with this one, they were more trying to build up the character, the universe, in a sense, and then they just, I'm going to assume they just throw you right in on the second ones and onward.
Yeah.
Yeah,
The
well,
second one and again the
with some
third one I
recasting,
think are
too.
really good too.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I will definitely be checking out the rest of these.
Cool.
Most indubitably.
Nice.
Well, thank you again very much to SK for requesting this. We appreciate it. And thank you guys very much for watching. We'll be back. We have a few more commentaries to do to catch up with our Patreon, one of them being Jaws. And then SK also requested a couple of others, so we'll be doing those too. But thank you guys very much for watching. Thank you again to Robert for joining. And if you didn't know, we're currently running a campaign for Dylan's New Nightmare. It is a fan film sequel to Wes Craven's New Nightmare that is currently on Indiegogo. I'll put the link in the description box. But thank you guys very much for watching. Until next time, I've been Cecil Laird.
I'm Robert Dool.
And grasses up and humming fuego.
And remember, stay scared. And I gotta go turn it off.
All right. Loud noises until then.
Loud noises.
I love lamp.
So you may want to lay a little low because I think you might be warm for me.
My legs hurt, Robert.
Hey, it was a good workout today.
My legs hurt.
Feel the burn.
Good stuff in that regard.
But not that kind of burn.
Good.